What's up, guys? It's your boy CeeLo.
And it's your boy Steph.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Bros Got Souls. So the other day, we were both talking and we stumbled upon a question. What got you into the sneaker game? And so we decided to turn the camera on and share the story with you guys. So, enough talking.
Let's get to talking.
Alright guys, so we do have two different stories on how we got into the sneaker game, but ultimately, ended up in the same place. So it's crazy how the game works,
So what was that moment for you?
So I think it all started in 2009. Basically, what got me into having nice shoes, starting getting into sneakers, was when my parents would buy me the Air Force Ones. It was the all-white pair. And they told me to keep it clean, and I didn't. As a kid, I did not keep it clean. I got it dirty, but I wanted a new pair. And they told me no, so I told them, please, I'll keep them clean, I promise, I'll keep them clean. So they ended up buying me another pair of Air Force Ones, and it was the white with it was like a gray check, gray bottom, just so it won't get so dirty. But I remember having those shoes. I would go to school, I would come back home, and I would clean them up every single day. I would wear them. So I guess that got me into having the nice shoes, the nice clean shoes, the nice white shoes. And that led me into seeing what other models there were out there besides the Air Force Ones. And that got me into Jordan. Yeah.
So question. So what connected you with the Jordans? Because, we grew up in an era where we didn't really see Jordan play.
Mm-hmm.
So what, so what was like the moments where it's like, man, I gotta have these J's?
Well, I made my mistakes, to be quite honest. So, I guess at one point when I started into the sneaker game, I thought all the Jordans were the same. I didn't know there were numbers until I was actually researching shoes, and I saw, okay, these were the numbers. These are the ones he played in. And of course, I knew who Michael Jordan was. I knew he was a great basketball player. I've seen clips of him play and stuff like that on YouTube. And then seeing those clips and him wearing those shoes in the videos got me into, okay, damn, that's some, there's some nostalgia to the shoes. And then just doing my research, honestly, I started getting into the shoes. I started researching them, just Googling, or I got on Kicks on Fire. I would check them out. And then to see what would come out, 23 Years Back was my website. That's what, that was the first website I, would get on, check out the release dates, just click the date, model, the name, and the colorway. You click it to see the picture. So, that's how it started for me. So from that, I ended up branching out and learning different models, such as, I got into the SBs heavy, mainly because I didn't have a lot of J's. Well, actually, I didn't have any, to be honest. My parents couldn't afford it. So when I started working, I actually was able to purchase my first pair of J's, but I didn't have all the money to purchase that price point. So I went for a cheaper alternative, which were the SBs. The SBs were a little more affordable for me to get. And honestly, it's just a clean silhouette, just like the, Jordan 1. It's a clean silhouette. I could rock it with anything. So I ended up getting, the Janoskis. I got the SB lows, the Dunk lows, the fat tongue. And that's basically, how it developed into certain stuff. My first Jordan ever was the True Blue 3. The True Blue 3, my parents, bought it from me. Homeboy came through with the deal. And that was my first ever Jordan, but I did have SBs before then. And the first ever Jordan that I bought with my own money were the Olympic 7s.
So what do you prefer now? Would you stick with the J's, SBs, or like what's like your go-to?
To be honest, I guess recently, and I'm talking about recent, like I was thinking about this earlier today, yesterday, if I had the cash flow, I would go back and buy the other SBs I missed out. I know SBs are dead. SBs are completely dead right now. But I don't mind going back and copping those pairs I didn't get.
You see, I understand that. But what it's not a problem. I don't have a problem with it. But you know how we say, we say Nike basketball is dead. We say the foams are dead. We say SBs are dead. That's how it is in the game.
Exactly.
But see, what I think is, what I believe is, if you like the shoe, rock it.
Exactly. So if I had those shoes now, I don't care if they're dead. I would rock it. Like certain foams, foams are completely dead right now. Nike basketball is completely
foams,
dead.
man.
Exactly, foams are dope.
Yeah.
There's some, Nike basketball shoes that I want to go back and get. So all this older stuff I want to go back and get. Seeing how the game, what Jordan's putting out now. There's certain stuff that is fire. Best believe me, there's fire. Adidas is killing it right now. So everything they coming out with, I want to cop too. But then looking at the older stuff, a lot of stuff that you guys don't know, that's why we started the God Souls Knowledge series, is we want to appreciate those shoes. So if I can get them back in my collection and start rocking those again, all my, all my SBs, the Janoskis, if I can get the Winos, all those other older releases, and with J's too, if I can get those older J's, man, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
I'll be happy.
For sure, man.
Enough about me, y'all. What got you into the game, bro?
For me, it wasn't like a defining moment. It wasn't like a time period where I was like, that's the shoe that got me into this and this and this. I mean, fortunately enough, man, I didn't even know what I was rocking. But when I was a baby, my first pair was the Cardinal 7s. And then the second one was the Chicago 9s. But after that, it was kind of like sporadic. I went through like this little time period where, I didn't really have J's either. But then when I got a little bit older, that's what I would ask for. So instead of like, I had like PlayStation and stuff like that, but instead of like electronics and stuff like that, I would just ask for shoes for my birthday, for Christmas, any opportunity I could to get shoes. That's what I did. But I guess you could say my true like appreciation for shoes was in middle school. I distinctively remember, man, I had the fire red 5s, and I didn't take care of them, but that was like my go-to shoe. But when I first started taking care of shoes was the Cardinal 7s, ironically enough. And I started just cleaning them, man. That's when I started doing like the toothbrush and the soap, and I was just cleaning up, keeping them icy. And then from there, that's when like, I was just intrigued, and I wanted to see what else was out there. And then when I got to high school, like freshman year, sophomore year, that's when I was, going on the shoe game and, Kicks on Fire and all that stuff, and just doing like my research. I mean, honestly, I was doing more research about shoes than I was in school.
Bro, I would leave school, come straight home, get my, I didn't have a laptop, but I had a computer. Open the computer up, and just research shoes at school. Research shoes.
At school,
if we had like
class,
a
I'm
lab
scrolling
day,
through.
we had a lab day.
It's a wrap. I was scrolling through my phone, man, looking up different shoes and seeing like release date, like you said, 23 is back.
Yeah.
I was just seeing what came out, and just that's when I really started doing like the history of the shoes. Like I started looking up the Jordan names. I started looking up like the backstories and stuff like that. Like I was really into it, man. So that's another reason why I'm excited. Like you said, for the God Souls Knowledge series, man, and to just show you guys. It's more than just the hype. It's the sneaker culture is.
It's a culture.
It's culture, man. It has its phases. It goes through different phases, but it's just something that I love, man. And like the stuff we're putting on the website, man. Personally, I think it's dope. I know it's not the Adidas runners and stuff like that, but hopefully, man, some of you guys can get that appreciation for the older releases and check it out. That's
basically it. We can go a little more in depth into a lot of stuff. Like I can go in depth to the the Concord release. What that meant for me. How that basically did. I guess that shoe was the shoe that I definitely gotta have. But I wasn't able to get it. And there's a lot more stories, sneaker stories that we have.
Yeah, so we have stories, man. If there's anything you guys want to ask us or something that you think we could talk about or, give us a topic to talk about, we'll be more than happy to share it with you guys.
With that being said, guys, leave a comment down below. What else do you guys want us to talk about? We can have this as a mini series, God Souls Talk.
Yeah. So leave a comment down below. What got you into the sneaker game? You heard our story? Tell us yours.
I hope you guys enjoyed that story. It's just sharing our personal experiences on how this all started.
Yeah, this is just. I'm sorry, Brian.
It's all talk. Let's talk.
This is just something different, man. We want to see how you guys receive this. This was literally something that just popped in our heads, and why not share with you guys and let's see where it goes.
It's just get to know you guys, get to for you guys to get to know us a little bit better.
You guys can.
Check the prompter.
Get to know
hear
us
our backstories and see
exactly.
What
you
drives
see the vlogs, you see us now, but and then you can get a little more deep into how we how we actually started this channel. We can talk about how we started in the YouTube, or what got us into YouTube. Leave a comment down below. With that being said, guys, give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe. Click that notification button right down there also. It'll notify you every time we drop a video. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one. What you got on feet, bro?
Today I'm rocking the black cement trace. Ooh, he got that heat. I'm leaving, bro.